Welcome to Cooking to Feast. Today, we're doing a favorite of mine, which is chicken wings, but we're reviewing them. So today's episode is a review video on the Hooters wing. The wing breading, to be specific. So we're gonna be taking a look at this wing breading, the official Hooters one. And we're gonna see how close it comes to like the restaurant style one. I really like Hooters wings. I know people are a mixed opinion on it, but I think they make a really good wing. A really good breaded wing with a nice sauce on it. Got a nice buttery taste to it. It's got some heat to it and everything. And speaking of the sauce, we're gonna pair it with our Hooters wing sauce, the official one. So figure, let's do both of these at the same time because they're made to be used together. In addition, we're gonna be taking a look at some fried pickles. I'm gonna, do some fried pickles up here because we're doing Hooters style. I definitely enjoy the pickles. And then I figured why not throw a little bit of shrimp in there as well. That's what we're looking at today. I'm gonna go through the process. I'm gonna do it exactly how they're saying to do this on here, which is essentially coat them, let them sit for about 15 minutes, and then we're gonna deep fry them. Then we're gonna cover them in the sauce. All right, so now it's demonstration time. So I'm gonna coat the chicken right here. You saw that brown paper bag. We're gonna toss it in there. This is really easy for cleanup purposes. You don't have to do it, but I just take the bag, open it up, and I'm gonna dump it right into this brown paper bag. Get it all in there, and for this, of course, we're using chicken wings here, the drumettes. Take that chicken, drop it in there, and this can be any easier. You're just going to put it in there, and you're gonna close your bag up, and the bag's gonna do all the work. So, because we have a powdery material in there, close it up and seal it up, and then shake it around. You only have to do this for like 30 seconds at most. And you'll see how perfectly coated. All the pieces of chicken are completely coated, and you won't see any of it. But since I did 2 batches, I want to show you not using a paper bag, because some of you might not want to. Try to really gently, kind of exploded everywhere. Get some seasoning in there. Let's take a close-up look at this, because this isn't just flour. There's definitely something going on here. Look at the seasoning in there. This is not white, and it might not just be completely flour. I don't know what's going on there. Maybe some cornstarch or something like that in there. Roll your chicken around in it. Press the breading into it, and you're gonna have something that looks kind of like that. Yeah, it's not gonna be completely perfect, but you wanna make sure that it is completely covered and there are no raw spots on there. It never hurts to throw them back in there just to make sure and let them sit in there for a little bit. So I'm gonna take the rest of it, coat it up real good, and then you'll have something that looks like this. It's important to get them completely coated, but now we wanna let them rest. Resting will help the breading adhere to the skin and kind of make it more of a completely solid coating that won't fall off. I'm gonna do the same with our shrimp here, get them nice and coated so they can sit. Breading is easy to fall off of these shrimp. We don't want to do that. And then I'm going to take vegetable oil. I don't know exactly what they do in Hooters, but I'm using vegetable oil. And I'm going to fill up this Meissen 7-quart stock pot. So it's good to have a lot of oil. That way, when you put something cold in there, the temperature doesn't drop too much. And I'm checking to get it up to 350. That is the recommended temperature for deep frying with the Hooters stuff. So I'm gonna drop, in my first batch, I'm gonna drop some chicken in here, and we're gonna make sure this gets nicely put in there so it doesn't burn me. I also did a second batch, and this time I just felt like using my hands, so we're just gonna drop it in there. Don't burn yourself at home, just gently drop them in there. And here's the time lapse. We'll see, get all the chicken in the pool there. Don't overcrowd your pot, or you can just use a really big pot like this, or a deep fryer, and you don't have to worry about it. Again, the temperature will drop when you put cold items in there, so check it, make sure you adjust your temperature, and after a few minutes, you're gonna notice you're gonna start to get a crust developing. These aren't done by any means. Look at them, but they are starting to get a little bit of color going. I know they're cooking well at this point. Let's get a close-up shot there. Just starting to brown a little bit, but still got plenty of time to go. And then about 2 minutes or so before it's finished, I drop the shrimp in there so we can pull everybody at the same time. I mean, total cook time is going to depend on a lot of factors, but I would say anywhere between 10 and 15 minutes. just check it, make sure. While the shrimp are cooking, let's get our sauce going. Here's a close-up look at the Hooters sauce. And look at it, it is thick. It's real thick. And I'm gonna find that a little goes a long way in this case. Let's look at the viscosity of it. It's thick, it really is. This isn't quite like your just standard hot sauce and butter. There's something else going on here, and it's delicious. It's gonna coat your wings nicely. And so here, my wings are done. See, they're floating, the shrimp are floating, and we're gonna take them and put them directly into the sauce. There's something about the oil, the hot oil in there, that when it interacts with the sauce, it helps coat it, but it also keeps the wings crispy. Here's the second batch I did, and let's take a close-up look as soon as I pulled them out. They look like little fried chicken pieces. The coating isn't too thick. It's nice and crispy. So let's get it in focus here. Oh, good. Look, I mean, that's gonna be good. It's not like fried chicken from KFC, but it's got a nice breading on it. And of course, salted a little bit. Okay, I didn't follow the instructions completely. I decided to salt a little bit on my own. Once you have it, toss in some sauce. Look, my technique's getting a little better as I go. Big bowl works great for this. And you'll see a lot of sauce here. So a little sauce goes a long way. But I want these dripping. I want that full experience here. So let's plate them. There's a chicken wing. There's another chicken wing. And there we go. Let's get them all on here. They're hot. They're ready to go. And now for our next part, let's put some shrimp on here. So buffalo shrimp. Hooters got good buffalo shrimp. And now I do too. So I did a second batch, like I said before. And here it is. So I did some more. And they're not quite as saucy, but that's the residual or the leftover amount of sauce I had. And it did a good job. These are nice and good. So here's your two extremes. These aren't quite as saucy as the other ones, but great flavor. While I was saucing it, or right before I sauced it, I just threw the pickles in. They only need 2-3 minutes at most here. While I'm saucing, I just threw them in. And then once I was done plating, I took them out, put them in this paper towels for a second, and I plated them up. That way, we have everything still pretty hot and good to go. The chicken's gonna stay hot for a while, but really it's the shrimp that I wanna keep warm and the pickles themselves. So take a look at that. That's some good looking wings right there. I'd be happy if these came out on my plate if I was sitting at Hooters. So there you go, there it is. Let's get a pickle for the road. All right, welcome back. So we've gone through the whole process now, and I finished cooking the wings, the shrimp, and the pickles. So let's just get into this. Everything should be good to go. So I'm gonna give you a review now. What do I think it tastes like? So let's do this. Okay, let's take a look at these. Start off with our fried pickles here. So, I had a nice crunch to them. They more or less taste like the ones at Hooters, so excellent. The breading's nice. Let's see here. Got a nice breading, you can see through the pickles and everything, so these are success. Let's get some more pickles. They're good. They're real good. Good thing is, they're like nice and crispy. You can hear that crunch there. At home, you can crisp them as long as you want. I like my stuff really on the crispy edge. At the restaurant, you don't always get that. All right, next up, we have our shrimp. Take a look at that, looks pretty good. Yeah. Warning, these cool down pretty fast, so I had to take a little bit of time to set up the camera, but they're still pretty warm, but they're good. Sauce is slightly hot. Tastes more or less like the Hooter sauce. I'd say 90% there. It's like about 90% the same. Well, it's kind of what you expect to see. Buffalo shrimp. Look at that. That's good. And this makes a lot. I probably only used about, let's see, 2/3 of the bottle. So this can make quite a bit. All right, and for wings, my preference are these guys here. You'll see, nice coating of the sauce, nice little crispy exterior. Let's see.
Juicy, cooked through. Yeah, it's the Hooters experience right there. And let's get another wing going. Look at that. Nice contrast. That's a good sauce. So the sauce. If you've never had Hooters sauce before, this is what you expect. It tastes similar to, and it might actually be, Crystal's Tennessee hot sauce. If it's not that, it tastes very close to that, and it's butter. Butter's not too bold. It's really creamy. Yeah, I could eat 20 of these. With these are absolutely delicious. I could just snack on these all day long. Nice, crispy. I'm just eating dinner right here. Basically, that's what I'm doing for this video. The shrimp are excellent. It's really hard to mess it up. The breading's nice and light. Doesn't distract from the actual seafood itself. And you can see that also as well on the chicken. Even though these are breaded, you can see that they're very only lightly breaded. So not a big distraction. Some people don't like the amount of breading, so they're there to eat some chicken. So I'm here to eat both. So my final thoughts on today's review, we're taking a look again at the Hooters branded breading and wing sauce. So overall, final thoughts, this is good stuff. I think it's worth a try if you've never had the Hooters experience for some reason and you don't have access to it. You want to give it a shot, definitely go for it. You're going to get a pretty good experience of what their product tastes like in the actual restaurant. Like I said before, it's probably like 90% there as far as being able to cook it at home and get the same experience, at least with the food, that is. Maybe not the rest of the restaurant. But for everyone else, if you don't like Hooters, you don't like the taste of it, don't try the product. You're not going to like it at all. But for people who do like the breaded wings from Hooters, definitely give it a shot. I would recommend it. I'm going to pick up some more of it. The only downsides I have with this product is really the availability and the pricing of it. The breading itself, great. Walmart carries it around me, so it's very affordable. I pick it up. The sauce, however, it's been a hit and miss where I've been able to find it once in the store, but I had to order this past one on Amazon. So it was only a few dollars from the actual store, but the problem was the shipping. I paid more in shipping than for the actual product itself. But other than that, good stuff. Great taste to it, and I would recommend it. So if you enjoyed this, I'm gonna be doing more reviews. This is Cooking to Feast. I hope you enjoyed it, and subscribe for more.